Okay, so here is UGlu. It's one of those as seen on TV products. I thought this might be helpful to those of you who do miniature painting, painting miniatures. This stuff is kind of like that 3M, double-sided 3M stuff that you use to hang hooks and things on the wall, except this is way stickier. I mean, it is, think of it as like a solid glue. Extremely stretchy. Hopefully you wouldn't want to stretch it, you'd want to keep it its original size. It's non-toxic, acid-free, so if anybody out there does what is it? Oh, scrapbooking. Scrapbooking. You don't have to worry about it discoloring your photos or anything like that. Waterproof, non-toxic, so it's safe for your kids and pets. Although I wouldn't want them to play with this, especially if it got in their hair or fur. You definitely don't want them to eat it. It would probably stick to their innards. So that wouldn't be very good. What I use this stuff for is for base coating my miniatures. And I just take a wooden dowel and I stick a piece on the end. Now I don't normally use a whole square like this. This is one of the 80 power squares that come in the box. It's a little slightly larger than a half-inch square. I usually cut them down into quarters, so you don't need this much. And I just take a miniature and I push it down on top, and then I can safely hold the dowel, and I can quickly rotate her as I base coat it with primer, spray primer. I can get down into the undercoats and the undersides, rotate her really quick. I can get up top, rotate really quick, and the downside to doing this is that you have to have a dowel for each miniature that you do. Well, I do at least, but I don't mind. It means I get to give each miniature its own specialized attention. This is actually the first miniature I ever painted. It's actually one of my nephew's toys that I stole, and I just simply repainted her. I'm fairly new to miniature painting. However, I am an artist, so I am familiar with dry brushing and washes and things like that, and shading and all that whatnot. I just don't normally paint on such a small scale. You can see this is actually pretty heavy. She's actually kind of stretching the glue a little bit, but the stuff is very sticky. I say very sticky, so she's not coming off at all. Yeah. Now, to remove this stuff is pretty simple. We'll just take a square here. We'll stick it on this soda can. Backing off. Hold on, let's take Jasmine off. We'll stick her here. And there she is. Yeah, that stuff is very sticky. Very strong. So she's not coming off. Not without some force, at least. But to get your miniatures off, you have to have access to just a corner or some little bit of this glue, and you just pull horizontally. Don't pull up or down. Pull horizontally, and be patient. Pull slowly, and it will, just like the 3M stuff, it will unstick itself from one or more surfaces. Here we go. There we go. There we go. No residue. Goes nice and safe. Awesome stuff. You can get a box for about $10. You can get it online, asseenontv.com, or you can just go to any local store that sells As Seen on TV things. Here in California, we have Rite Aids and Walgreens stores that have little sections that sell all of these As Seen on TV things. So they're not that hard to find. Fairly inexpensive, especially for what you get. You get 80 of these power squares. Like I said, is they're a little over ½ inch square. For most miniatures, you're probably going to want to cut these into quarters, so you'll actually get 4 times that amount of squares. So then you also get 20 power strips, which are 1 inch wide by 3 inches long. I don't know what you'd use those for. I have no use for them really, except unless I cut them down to size. You never know. They're pretty handy for other projects. So, or if you need something that, a quick fix or something like that, or if you want to tack a carpet down to a linoleum floor so it doesn't slide around, then those would be pretty handy. It also comes with 1 power patch. That is, as far as if I remember correctly, fairly large. Let me see here. It's about, power patch will be about 4 1/4 inches wide by probably 6 or 7 inches long. So that's a pretty big patch, and you'd definitely want to keep these away from the kids and pets, because if it gets in their hair or their fur, you're gonna have to cut it out. Like I said, they're pretty sticky, so I wouldn't want them. You really wouldn't want them swallowing this by accident or putting it in their mouths, even though it's non-toxic. Still, pretty handy stuff. I do other things other than just miniatures, so I find this stuff to come in very handy. I recommend it if you want to give it a shot, or if you have any other ideas other than miniature painting that you think these could be used for. I would not, even though it says you can, I would not use these to hang things on the wall, like the 3M stuff. Even though this is way stronger than the 3M stuff, I would not use it to hang anything heavy on the wall. I have always had bad luck with double-sided sticky stuff, that goes on the wall. They always say that they go on the wall, they'll stay on the wall, they'll hold 25, 50 pounds. In most cases, for me, this stuff just pops right off for some reason. I don't know if I've used them on metal, glass, just regular walls, painted and unpainted. For some reason, anything I put up on it, even something very, very light, double-sided sticky stuff, anything really, just always doesn't hold for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just cursed. And there you go. Well, it's UGlu. UGLU. Pretty simple. Alright? Alright, bye everyone. Hi, just a quick update. I googled the word UGlu and I discovered all these other UGlu products that you might want to look into. There's industrial strength that comes in rolls, and there's UGlu for the outdoors, and a bunch of other things. I think there's even one that glows. I don't know what you'd. There's the outdoors right there. I don't know what you use the glowing one for, but I guess there are a whole bunch of other versions of this. Uh, so, um, but you know, this is the one I use right here. Just it was the basic